Hello everyone and welcome back to Austin Talks, where today we are covering our traditional weekly production and movies video. And as I said in my Austin Plays one, this is my last one of October. It's been pretty weird considering I started this I started this in September and we've actually already gone a month. It's really weird to think about. And this week, as much as we've got, we've not got a lot of news, but we've got some, and it is all very well and good. But does it match the other weeks? Well, I think that we can only just try and find out. Now, the first thing I'd like to talk about is, now I would have made a video on this, but it would have just taken about too much. So I decided that these videos are actually really good to put them in, so here they are. So this is the creator review, and after watching this movie, I was actually really shocked. And when I saw the trailer at first, I thought it would actually be good. And I was not wrong, it is really good, and it's really underrated as well. Now, I thought it would be good, and I was, as I say, I was not wrong, and it was really interesting. But I do think it's underrated. It's not got as many reviews as I thought it would, and it is very underrated. But there is one thing that would ruin this movie, which is a sequel. It doesn't need one. I think it is quite good the way it is. And this it is a perfect standalone movie. Honestly, I'd go recommend anyone to watch this. Now, the soundtrack is also really good too. And lastly, I do really like the concept of this movie, but it also does send a message to the world right now, which is, as it does take place in the future, 47 years to be exact, and it's 47 years away. But if AI is advanced any further from the point we are now into a human consciousness, as seen in this, then this movie may actually become real for not the creator, but maybe not like the whole nuclear thing on Los Angeles and then obliterating everyone. I think that's just a bit far-fetched. That's where I draw the line. But I also doubt that spaceships will be coming down and becoming Armor can take control of you. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go 80-20 on the ratio for this movie. But don't get me wrong, it is a great movie, and I do recommend you go and watch it. Now, alongside that, I also have another movie to talk about, which is Expendables 4. Now, I went to this movie blind. Because as I am a person who has actually never watched the rest of the movies. I've not seen any of them. But I will say this, and it was actually a really funny movie as well. I haven't seen the rest of the other movies, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But I'm rating this on a Deadpool and then Operation Fortune type thing, if you've seen that movie, and I have a video coming out about that soon. I'm looking at it from a standalone perspective, and it is actually funny and very action packed, which is actually something I like. However, I've heard other resources and components saying that this movie is quite a flop compared to the others. So. I mean, obviously, as I say, I can't personally comment, but tell me what you think about that, in the comments. Now, onto the great part of the video. As we know, this week we had the release of Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, if you've been playing FNAF for many, many years now, you're in luck because you no longer have to play anymore, but you can just watch. This was rumored for years, and it's finally come to the big screen. Others are having doubts about this movie, and I completely understand, but their worries are quite valid. Because the last horror game that was made into a movie didn't go too well because of its lack of lore compared to other games. Now this movie does seem like it is following the lore of the rest of the games of FNAF, but looking closely at that, it is only in the trailers, I guess. I will see soon enough. In the movie, I do plan to go and see it because it's apparently at PG-13. So I guess that's like right up my alley, and I do think it would be good to watch, and it is said to not be quite scary, so I may give this a watch, and as I say, I'll probably do like a review on like the side, and yeah, I do hear this is doing actually quite well in the box office, and next week we'll get some proper hard reviews. But along with that, we also had the release of Avengers Code Red. If you remember last week, this was my very first video, I spoke about this. Now, this feels like I said this ages ago, but it has finally actually been released. And today, Avengers Code Red releases. Well, actually, it's already released, kind of. And throughout this week, we got a trailer and a confirmation of the storyline and what it will entail. Yeah, it was a bit wrong of what it is, but it's quite good. Now, this does seem like the LEGO universe is catching on to the MCU, as we have a perfect resemblance of Captain America's Falcon from the MCU, which I think this is actually really cool. And I have a theory about like how the new reboot would actually play into this. I think they could really start integrating the LEGO universe a lot more with the new reboot, which as I say, I'll get onto a bit later. But this is 46 to 7 minutes long, and the story does actually look like intriguing, considering that the main villain is the Collector. I'm not gonna lie to you people, I don't like his character. I'm not a big fan, but he is considered the main villain, and quite a good villain in this. So we'll see. I'll watch it as soon as possible. I don't know where I can watch it, but I will try, and then I'll give my review next week. Now. Oh boy, oh lovely. This week I want to say finally, but dreadfully we got a confirmation of Frozen in live action. Now, for those who like Frozen and wish for it to be ruined by live action entertainment, you are in luck. But I am not a fan of Disney making everything into live action. Obviously, take of that as what you will. If you obviously it's just my opinion, but they are doing it with Moana, Snow White next year, and they have done it with other Disney classics, but Frozen is where I kind of draw the line. I did like the Frozen movie, so I do think this is just not fun, and I like these movies, but I don't think that they need to be changed. It's just a recipe for disaster. I think they're fine the way they are, but if it goes well, then sure, but don't make it a regular thing, because then they are just bound to flop soon enough. Yeah, okay, you can experiment with something once and it just somehow goes well, but it's like if you, I don't know how to say this, because it works two ways. One, you can look at your past results and then see what comes out of it, but then you can also and then you see the reviews, but then just you go and then, oh yeah, this actually ended up well. Don't go poking and prodding at that. I think you should just keep it the way it is until more news comes out. I think it's the same with the creator. As I say, I don't think a sequel would be a good idea. It's a good standalone. A Frozen live action, I mean, sure, you could have your own Frozen, but I don't think you should have like Frozen 2 live action. That'd just be pointless. Just don't go poking at it. That's all I'm saying. But what about you guys? Did anyone watch this movie? I've actually never seen this movie, yeah. So this year, it's just been confirmed this week that we got a Kick-Ass reboot. So obviously, Kick-Ass is a movie that came out in, well, from the poster it said April 16th, but clarifying what year that is quite difficult, and I can't read blurs, or just grey lines, so I can't do that. Looks like a barcode to me. But from what I understand, Kick-Ass is a budget Avengers movie that there is no, but there was never a continuation of the first movie, even though there was supposed to be continuations. Kick-Ass is said to be rebooting the universe, which okay. As I say, I'm not a person that actually watched it, so I can't say a personal. I need to watch it. It does look like a weird version of Boys, which I do think, yeah. And this means the old actors from the movie will not star in this, which I actually think will not make people happy. I do think that, but I haven't seen it. But I'm led to believe it is like Expendables meets the Avengers, like it's somewhere in between that. But I do think that this sort of thing is like a storyline is kind of already exists right now with the boys in the series, and I think that's like I think that's quite good right now. But this is a movie, not a series, so I don't think they'll like go on and like they'll just tweak it a little bit or be like the boys movie budget, which I think is good. Now, we have no date or actor confirmations as of right now, but we are most definitely getting a reboot, which was confirmed this week. So if you are excited for that, then I am just glad. Let me know if you are excited for this, and if you've seen Kick-Ass. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Now we'll get into the good stuff of the video. Zootopia 2 is fully confirmed. Now, this week, we've got pure confirmation of Zootopia 2. I mean, it has been like obviously a floating idea, but it's definitely coming. And we are getting a sequel, and I think that this is actually because of the new Zootopia land that is actually just recently opened in like Disneyland somewhere. But the sequel has been confirmed, which is the best part. But that is not all, actually. It has been said by the people in development of this, it will be better than the first. And the first was actually really good. So, I'd like to see how that goes. And the next project is Wish, but Disney has assured that Zootopia 2 is the next on the priority list, which assures the audience that we will be getting this movie pretty soon, probably next year. Which means, we'll probably get in like February or January if they're not working on it already. But this has been confirmed, and it's high on the priority list, so that's a good thing to talk about. And we've just had the release of Once Upon a Studio, which I think, and that was on their highest priority list. Now then it's Wish, and then it's Zootopia 2. So everyone, including me, we don't have to wait too much longer, which is a very, very good thing, which has made me very, very happy. Yes, now this is very fascinating, kind of sad, but fascinating. For a while now, this was actually hinted at as if it was a leak, and this was actually done intentionally by Marvel, so that they would get a feedback on how the audience would react to from the feedback they have made from their final decision, and that the MCU will be rebooted after the events of Secret Wars. Yep, I'll take. You guys can have a minute to take that in. Yes, the MCU is being rebooted. We are going to lose so many actors. So I think that's why this poster is a perfect way to do that. And it will make fans happy, because the best news coming out of this is that the Chris Evans' Captain America is coming back, and so is Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. But I do think that's kind of like fogging people's thinking right now, because you have to understand, you are losing Peter Quill, Tom Holland, you are losing Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. Actually, she's not playing her anymore, but then Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Thor. You're losing a lot of people from this, but they are coming. These two characters anyway are coming back in some way, shape, or form. Now, this there is stuff that they will keep as I've just said, but there will be new enrollments leading to other characters leaving us, which is quite unfortunate. Yeah, I do think this, some of the newest characters that they're bringing in, which I'll get onto later, will stay. And I think the newest characters that they're going to introduce are just going to stay because of the the implications of others just being introduced, then being kicked off because of Secret Wars. So I guess we shall just wait for that. Now, yes, this is what I wanted to talk about. Taylor Swift as the Dazzler. Now, this has been an idea that has been floating around for a while now, but has never been confirmed, since they have just confirmed that the universe is going to be rebooted. A rebooted universe with new actors. and the X-Men, which is very promising, and it will be introduced by this time. But it is looking likely that we are getting her debut sooner than we think. It is more than likely she will appear in Deadpool 3. And it is looking likely that she will appear in Deadpool 3 and make her first debut. And because of the status of her character, she will actually remain in the reboot. Yeah, and I actually think this is a good character casting. A lot of people have a problem with say UFC boxers and singers playing characters, which I can understand because they don't want them to change their field. It does make sense, but this is it is now probably 85% certain that she is going to play it. It's just no one's saying it. It's like the Fantastic Four, which is obviously very good news. And so if you're a Taylor Swift fan, I know some people are, most definitely some people are, and you like the MCU, well, you only have to wait until the 9th of May next year to see her on the big screen. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey has got news. Those who have watched the previous movie and enjoyed it, you are in luck, as we are getting a new movie coming out in February, and this was kind of already known, but this week we actually got some updates on its plot and what this movie will be based on. First of all, Winnie the Pooh will be wielding a new weapon known as a chainsaw, and this movie will actually apparently have over 30 kills. So for the kill count, they'll have that. But neat. That's fun. Now, this will actually reflect more on the classic characters, leading to the introduction of Tigger and Owl. Tigger was already shown, but Owl will be introduced as well. And there is a theory that this movie will actually have Eeyore and that he will be a good character, which I think would change the dynamic of this movie franchise, because apparently it was quite popular. For some stupid reason, they were like the best British icon ever. Winnie the Pooh. How could you? I mean, I kind of like that. I want to say it's it's a cool concept, which it is, but why would you do this of all people? Winnie the Pooh? Why? If they honestly, I read something that said they're gonna do it with Paddington. You do that with Paddington, I will go ballistic. You never do that with Paddington. That is rude and cruel on so many levels. But anyway, last thing of the video. So Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, is actually something that's just recently released. Kind of has. And Killers of the Flower Moon, as I said last week, has released. Now let's compare its box office ratings. I was going to do Five Nights at Freddy's. It was not posted, so I've resorted to something else. I know Taylor Swift is incredibly popular, but this was a shocker compared to the Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, I know I would like to take into account that there is a 4 day so Taylor Swift's thing is 4 days older than Killers of the Flower Moon, but to be over 100 million in box office, they are pretty much the same on the tomato meter as well. So I think we're safe to say that Taylor has definitely drove this one home. Taylor Swift, obviously very popular. So as you can see, on day 6, it just reached about 30 million, 31 to be exact, 31 million. And if you go to day 6, it is roughly, let's go about 98 or 98 to 97 million. And that's just it's just gone a lot higher. That's basically 25 million per day. Just put that into perspective. I mean, that is crazy considering that. So any Taylor Swift fans out there, your tour has been you can say you're definitely on top today, considering she's now going to be the Dazzler, and her new Eras Tour apparently is showing in a lot of theaters. It's showing over here, so honestly, if I have nothing to do a weekend, I may just go and watch that. So maybe I could judge me all you want. I have time. I might as well do something. But anyway, everyone, that is the end of today's video. If there is any news that you think I have missed this week or any of it is wrong, please do let me know in the comments below. And honestly, that is this week's news. We've had a bit of a lot. And it's actually not too bad news. But let me know if you have anything to add. But without further ado, I do hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.